The reason why most challenger players are able to climb so quickly through the lower ranks is because they're really good at creating number advantages and using the side lane. And the average player just really struggles with that. So in this video, I'm going to be covering how to side lane, how to create number advantages, and how to carry your team in the mid game. It's a coaching session I did with one of my students in my coaching program. And if you watch this, I can guarantee that your side laning and mid game will become a ton better, allowing you to carry your teammates.
Yeah, so I'm in good lane state.
Yep.
Like, good game state for me, as in, I've got to get stuff done. So, and I'm in the position where I can do it.
Analyze it for me. What do you see?
Well, okay, so, I mean, my whole thought process was that I just destroy Malzahar in the side lane, but I have to be really careful about, like, any kind of additional help, because if he locks me down with other people there, I'm dead. I think even though Samira's ahead, if she can get locked in the lane, in mid lane, it should be fine. I think that I should be able to have a pretty good run at it here. And I really need to leverage this side lane advantage if we're going to win this game.
Yeah, because if we're front to backing with Mals, we'll lose. That's just it. We are just losing.
Yeah.
So, what's next? What is our play? What do we want to play for right now? What's the plan?
Yeah, so catch the spot wave, and I just want to start... I think I would want to maybe slow push a wave out and get some vision in, because right now it'll be hard to get any pressure with the way it's set up.
Yeah, we see that this is coming up in a minute. We are currently on the weak side of the map, which is great, by the way, with TP coming up for Rift Herald. So I would try to possibly create a pushing out bot lane wave state for the Rift Herald spawn timer. That would be fucking huge. Because maybe we can use that to create a number advantage fight.
Yeah.
Okay, not a big fan of what we do here. What do we do here?
Just waste the ulti.
Yeah, and waste the QW.
Yeah.
Both. Because what happens right now is that in this position, all you need to do is just let this wave stack up right here, so that the next wave, instead of being in the center, will stack up closer towards your side, pushing this guy off of the wave, giving you a free wave of priority, getting towards level 7, pushing her completely away. You get the push out wave state in the move.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Okay. Push the fucking wave. I like how you're doing it here. Yeah, look, it's fine. We can drop the Herald. Play bot. I think if you were faster, right, this entire sequence goes a little bit more pretty. Because we want...
Do you mean faster as in like stack up the first wave and then push pretty much as Herald spawns kind of thing?
We want the wave pushed out.
With Jarvan shows, I can be like pressuring at this point.
Exactly. So what we want is on this spawn timer, we want the wave pushed out. That's what we want. The moment this thing spawns, the wave needs to be out. Because then we can instantly pressure. And what we see is that the spawn timer was still neutral. So the enemies now take it, and they are able to get a rift, and now you're only pressuring, so they're able to respond before you can actually get something in return. Make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, good. Now, we got the same exact position around the top side of the map right now, where what we got to do is the moment you got to recognize that these guys are responding to your waves, you got to get a reset off. Okay, and this is a crucial reset. You know why?
No, I don't.
Okay, if we can reset the moment they're responding and we're in base, what can we do while we're... Imagine you're in base right now. Okay, think about it. I want you to visualize it. What can we do while we're in base right now?
I actually don't know. Do I go top?
Okay, what's next when you're in base? Drake.
Dragon, yeah, but it's not for 2 minutes.
Okay. So can you create a 5v5 fight at Drake and win?
No, we'll lose.
We'll lose, exactly. So if we can't create a 5v5 Drake fight right now, we should go top.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that was my first thought. But I was thinking, like, I can't remember where the top lane is, but I guess it does it matter?
No, because we just 2v1 him. And then we get the third.
Okay. Yep.
And that's the power of having a bot lane push out as deep as this. You now have a bunch of time before the wave hits turret. So you got time to do this. And what's going to happen is they're going to be on your bot turret. You're going to be on their top turret. They're going to push you in. Someone's going to respond. They need to respond. But now they have a responding top lane wave state at Dragon Timer on the weak side of the map.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think I'm a bit too rigid with the like one carry, one lane, which is like a rule of thumb, but like like that's really creative. I think that's a really good idea, and I don't really do that much.
I don't expect you to do that.
Yeah, I think the only thing, like the closest I would do to something like this would be like deploy mid.
Good enough.
But then quickly going into the side, but like going into the opposite sideline, like two of us, like I've never done that ever.
So the way I want you to view it is that like you bought so much time on bot, and if you're gonna just sit in lane in the side lane, clear waves, you guys are gonna lose because you're just gonna then clear wave on bot. This guy's gonna clear wave on top. He's gonna lose push. You're gonna lose push because they're playing bot side, and then you're gonna lose dragon, and you just get fucking wrung out like a paper, like a towel. You just get wrung out like that. Every bit of resource gets pushed out of you, and you see what happens right now. That's kind of what happens.
Yeah, because like that's a really good response to like in game states like this as well, because you'll see in a moment where I do a really bad TP.
Yeah,
and that's like I remember my mindset at the time was pretty much like I was like desperate, just like hoping for something.
Yeah,
but this like looking for an outnumbered fight like across the map is like a lot better way to make something happen than to just like randomly TP in and try to fight, try to cause some kind of fight.
Example time. Let's see what I do here. I push out bot. Deep. Crashes. Bam. Insta reset. Tempo. Right? Sync up tempo with the boys here. And now the bot lane wave states all the way in Narnia. In this case, we identify there's no reason to go bot. Baron spawning in 40 seconds. So I already have a push that bot wave state. So I open up with my Aatrox towards top side right here. And we overload onto the Riven. Which allows us to kill the Riven. Which Aatrox wouldn't have been able to get prio in alone. And then this allows us to now brute force on mid in a 5v4. And it just snowballs. All through that pushed out bot lane wave state. If nothing happens, worst case scenario, I can always catch bot anyway.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot more sense. That's something I'll keep in mind in these positions, because I think like when I'm thinking of sidelining right now, I'm thinking of getting towers, getting like push, moving into mid, like that kind of stuff. But like deploying, using it to get a tempo reset is like a really good idea. And you can see like, this is just terrible TP.
Terrible.
And I've got 2k as well.
Yeah. It's a shame, right?
Just like,
because what we could have done as well is we could have used this bot lane wave push out and done the exact same thing. Like, even though we lost mid, if we just push this wave, reset, open up top with TP up for Dragon Timer, fuck me, you're going to get so much pressure here.
Yeah, I think I just, like, this is like a panic TP. I definitely do this when I'm behind. Like, side laning is very easy. I mean, everything's pretty easy when you're ahead. But when I get behind, I get, I start panicking and lose my composure a bit. So yeah, get my bot lane killed.
Okay. So we can't really contest this here, this dragon, but looks like we need to answer the bot. This is horrible. Oh wait, it's 5v4. Fucking send it. Trinity was trolling. Send it.
Yeah, Trinity was top. We actually win this fight.
I think we're a bit too far away. This is much better. Yeah. Slightly too far away. You're too far away. Here. I need you to put pressure on these guys. Right now, you're in Narnia. I would stand right here. In vision.
Okay. Yeah.
Standing at them menacingly. Because we need this Malzahar and this Samira to be scared. Right, just make sure you don't die and that Malzahar doesn't ult you. Don't get in the ult range. But I would be... Oh my fucking god. I would just stand there and make him scared.
Okay, yeah, so it's like just space, and I guess they've got very committal abilities. Is there like a certain champs where you would prefer like full fog over like, I know it's very fight specific, but like how do I assess that? Like,
It
when I
depends on what
review
your team's
whether-
doing. If your team's able to follow up or fight, you're fine standing because in vision. But if your team is away
Yeah.
and then you're vulnerable, then you shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Okay, Ben. What do we know about Sidelane? The deeper we push, the more.
The more time we get.
Exactly. So can we push another wave here or not?
Yeah, we definitely can.
We definitely can, right? The boys are still on the map. We see that Jarvan was dead, Malzahar was dead. Pushing out this extra wave state on both, my god, what a tempo killer would have then been for the enemies.
Yeah, man, it's tricky, like side laning, but
Yeah, it's fucking hard.
it's so much more obvious in but in the game, yeah, it's tricky.
That's okay, man. That's okay. You see that we're now kind of like we're jobless in a way, right? And we kind of want to go back to bot.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that wave's
necessary.
in like a weird spot now.
Yeah.
As well.
Imagine you, instead of being forced to run through bot, can take mid push deep here, force them to respond here, force them to respond here because you pushed out bot and you force them to respond there. Man, they need to respond to top, they need to respond to mid. You get full bot side vision control.
Well, is there any reason I can't deploy through mid here? Or is it like, is it because I need to respond to that bot lane wave?
No, I think you can do it, but if you force them to respond deeper, you have more safety and easier time doing it.
Yeah.
And then you don't need to address bot lane right here anyway. Oh, this is just crazy. Was Trinity mid top? Okay, maybe it's doable with Trinity mid top. It's actually quite doable.
Yeah, see, like, this is like another... I guess I would also get confused in game states where we... Good Bardold. Where we, like, just don't win fights, if that makes sense. Like, if I can't... I'm not getting creative enough right now in terms of, like, finding fights when we naturally lose them, which is what you were bringing up earlier in terms of going top. But in games like this, usually if they played it better, I'd probably just lose it. Like, I just side lane, then TP in, and then die.
Yeah.
With the boys.
You just gotta create a number advantage in those situations. And you're playing one of the best champs in the game that can do that. So it's just all about...
I saw this video the other day where he basically like asked people from different roles, and he asked the Bouse a question like for a tip. And he gave this tip that I don't know if it's top lane specific, but it just like has got my brain like ticking.
Okay.
He said like instead of walking to a lane sometimes and then pushing it out and then TPing to a fight, he prefers to TP to the lane, push it out, and then move over to the fight.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that's something I've never done ever, but is that something like that you do sometimes? Like when it's clearly like a fight that you have to take?
That's what mages do.
Right, yeah.
Because mages don't want to be late to the fight, right? They want to be early. So they make sure that the wave state's in a good position first, then they shift over.
Okay, yeah.
That's a mage TP.
But with LeBlanc, is it different?
You can do it. LeBlanc is the cool thing is that she has the options.
Yeah, I guess you can get to lanes pretty quick, and then also you can TP a bit more creatively
than
a mage. So, yeah.
Can be done with LeBlanc for sure. Okay, I like how you're using the side here. This is quite good. Yeah, so what we find right now, right, is that we need to use this position that we got to create a number advantage fight. Where are we going to find it?
Top, mid.
Okay, what's happening on top lane wave right now?
They're pushing that in, right?
Okay, so what is Darius going to be needing to do?
Catch the wave.
Yeah, so can he move mid?
No, he can't. So bot. So should I be pinging bot?
Yeah, kill this fucker.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so you using your ult, where did our ult go? Where did our E go? Right. Look at that, right? We use everything on the wave. Now let's see if this was justified, right? Because 1, 2, 3. What's the rush?
Yep, true.
4 even. Even Jarvis shows top. This is a complete go angle here. You need to signal your Volibear here. Everyone's going top. We need to fucking push bot as deep as possible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and they're like in the wrong position with the dragon coming up as well.
Yeah.
So it's
Free kill
I guess
here.
I'm not even like really interacting with him. Like I don't even consider it. Like I'm just thinking like Trinity is a good side laner, so I'm just not trading into him at all. But
Yeah.
like I mean, he really can't do anything against me if he jumps on me. I just chain.
So you know what the enemies did actually? What the enemies did is something that you see a lot in competitive play. Okay? Where what they do is in competitive, you often contest the opposite side of the neutral objective first to prevent counterplays. So what they do is they actually push out the Sidelane wave opposite to that side. Then they bridge that member over to mid, and then they got a number advantage and take back the control around the Drake. And then you got a number advantage plus the wave on push to stop out, so they can't be cross mapping on turret. That's what you see a lot in competitive play. Genius, of course. Very smart. And that's kind of what the enemies do here. They push out top, rotate the Malzar over, and then get mid into bot lane prio, and then they get control around this Drake here. Very well played by them.
Yeah, and we lose this fight, which makes sense.
The counter to that is by basically doing the exact opposite. By forcing them to respond right here, by pushing out bot like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So you can create a number
Man,
advantage, and you can catch them in
tricky.
rotation. And Darius can then sack away, but that's hard. It's so fucking hard. Dude, the game, you have no fucking idea. The game, at the highest level, it's so insane. It's insane. Like, how do you even learn it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm even like, how does someone even learn this?
I mean, if you think about it like war, I guess it makes sense. Like that's the way I've started to think about side laning. Like when I tried to understand side laning, I was thinking like just like if you think of it like a war game, right? Like you surround the enemies, all that kind of stuff. Like really basic.
Yeah.
But in terms of like getting control of like the waves makes it so unique, if that makes sense. Because like you like in a war game you just like can go wherever you want. But like the fact
Yeah.
that you have to respond to that wave on the other side makes what you just said like actually really smart and work. Where when I saw it in the game, I was thinking like, oh, well, they're just like, that's the wrong thing to do. But then they actually end up getting complete control of the dragon, probably unintentionally. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like so like in terms of calling like my team over, right? When it's like, see that when you can make a cross map play, is that kind of I should just start trying that when I see we'll get like a numbers advantage fight on our side.
So what is the underlying mindset? Like, how do we create these positions that we can create numbers? That's like the thing you have to understand. That is what we're doing here in this game. We're fixing the puzzle of the numbers. And the solution to getting the numbers is the waves. Because the waves, the moment you force someone to respond, you get a number somewhere. And it's just about when and where exactly with the timers on the map we want these numbers to happen. That's the next level. But it's all about finding a solution to this puzzle of creating that number advantage. So I'm going to show you right here, okay? So what I do is, there's a fight happening on mid here, Ben. You would probably port. Here, it's an even number fight.
Yeah,
Probably port.
Yeah.
I don't port. That's not what my champ does. Right? They just fucking ran it down, these guys. Sucks, but they ran it down. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing up ball. I keep pushing up ball. And I keep pushing up ball. And I keep pushing up ball. What do we see?
They have to TP. They have to respond.
Yeah.
And if you were to TP to the fight now, or move over, you'd have a numbers advantage.
Exactly. So in this case, there's nothing much happening, but Syndra just TP bot. And now I'm counting the numbers on top side. Guess who cannot appear there? Syndra.
Yes.
So I see the Rek'Sai in the back. Bam, insta TP, and this is just a game-winning play right here. Because Syndra's not there, and we're taking number advantage fight. So I use my timer of forcing them to respond. And Syndra was too late. Bingo.
Wow, that's really interesting. Like this is like as well because it's such a high elo. It's even interesting to me that Syndra's like walked all the way across. If that makes sense, like that would never happen in my games. Like the Syndra would. It's almost like she knew she'd like what was going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
she's caught this wave and then started going back with the boy. Like, that's interesting because she would have definitely stayed bot in my game. So,
And in hindsight, that would have been the best, actually.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because she could push out, and
Get the
potentially
bot
get
down.
T1 turret, right? But what should happen is that these guys on top, they're not allowed to take this fight. What this Rek'Sai did and this Bel'Veth is not allowed with a TP disadvantage. They're not allowed to do this.
Well, yeah. And in terms of like the way that Syndra played it, is it like more on the teammates going in? Like, would you have responded to that bot lane wave in that situation with the teleport, or did she make some mistake early that would have made her do that?
No, look, I think it's okay for her to do this because there's not really an objective or anything to fight for on top, right? So what Syndra does is totally fine given the game state because there's Drake in 130. They don't need to take this fight here. But you can also look at it from a creative sense, like, hey, these guys are behind, so they don't want to play classic League of Legends. So maybe what Syndra should just do was just not even TP bot, drop the T2 turret, and just fucking send it on top. Just roam top right now, or TP top right now, and fucking send it on these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It's just about how do you want to play the game? How confident are you in scaling? Do you want clean, or do you want overloading and messy and fighting?
And I think you want overloading when you're behind, or if you can't win the 5v5. Is that a general rule?
Really, if you catch wave, move, catch wave, move, you're just gonna get wrung out like a fucking wet towel, dude. Because the enemies are gonna get more waves, they're gonna push you in, they're gonna get your jungle camps, they're gonna be early at objectives, they're just gonna win. So you need to get a pushing wave state and make shit chaotic. So I like what the enemies did here, enforcing a number advantage fight on mid. This was good.
Okay, that's really interesting. Yeah, like some of these things are telling me like I hopefully I'll see them in game, but like even the stuff you mentioned earlier, like in terms of a quick reset and deploy into the opposite side of the map, like that stuff like doesn't happen. Oh, well, at least not for me in my game. So I feel like that would be a huge cool thing to experiment with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Darius gets a pentakill here.
That's insane. Okay. Cool. The truth is, we've covered a shit fuck ton today.
Yeah, no, definitely.
To make it simple, and I don't want to like overload your brain because I think we already talked concepts that are quite advanced. We talked a lot about mid-game macro, side laning. The main thing that I want you to understand, Ben, okay, is two things. Number one, we play with the mindset to create numbers advantage. So pushing out waves and forcing them to respond is the way to do that. Getting that extra wave is really big. Taking early a reset the moment you've pushed out the wave and you force someone to respond is really, really big. Because that can lead to you being in a position where you are then able to capitalize on the numbers. And that's just very, very strong. So the underlying mindset is look to try to create these numbers advantages. And if you're behind, especially, you gotta create them by either getting a one wave push out into an overload onto a different side of the map. I'm going to show you one more example so you understand. Or by asking your team to hover you. That also works. If you get hover from the boys, what happens is that you then can also get like a number advantage, right? So let's take a look at the Zinra vs Ryze one here. This game is a fucking freak show because of the fact that we're insanely far behind. Like just criminal behind. Unplayable game, in my opinion. Actually, I would probably end the review on my second or third death. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we can still game something from this game. Now I'm responding to bot. And we recognize Atakan's up, right? They have 3 Drakes. What I'm doing is the only way we get back is by creating a numbers advantage. So I'm going to try to push out this wave. We spot the Talon. And before Talon can get access to my wave, because I got jungle hover here, I push out this one. And now I create myself an artificial number advantage because I used my gain to get a push out. Now, what is the plan here?
Well, use the number advantage, right?
Fucking send it. Fight
with the boys.
Fight with the boys right now. Full send. Full send. Go, 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 go. This is the only opportunity we're going to get this game. That we're this high percentage of winning fights. Now, we can't always brute force fights. You know, fights aren't always fought. The enemies can always back off. So, my initial response is to push wave into push wave. So, if I push bot into push mid, I force them to respond to mid lane right now, once then creating an artificial number advantage. And then I can always go back to bot, or I can once again brute force the fight here. Now what happens is that right here, we're now in a position where, because the enemies make a mistake, we can get a 5v4 fight, and we eventually win it, because the Talon's just simply not here. And all because I got that one bot lane wave pushed out. Beautiful.
Right, yeah, that's a really good example. I like that one. That's like, this would be in like what, GM or like in my elo, like this would, if you were to move like this, like you would get, they would engage all the time on you. So like I could see this working even better.
Great. Another one here. I got so many fucking examples listed up. So what we see right here is that right now Alistar's dead. I pushed out bot, and now I'm opening up through mid here. What I do is I say, okay, Malphite, you need to respond to bot lane, to this Aurelia. Please respond to this bot lane. And then we can potentially do something. So what happens, I try to save top lane wave here, let Malphite respond to bot. And what happens is that Malphite gets shit pissed tilted here, because he doesn't really want to go bot. And what happens, he ults me and we lose the game. Now you may be wondering, why did you show me this here, Tim? Well, because this was one of the opportunities where I should have not played clean Classic League of Legends. What we should have done on my reset is just fucking open up mid and fucking send it with Malphite ult. Alistar was still dead. Aurelia's pushing bot. 5v4/3. Just nuke it, dive him on mid.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, because we're behind. So we don't really mind.
Catching that wave is, yeah.
Exactly. We're playing too clean. This works from ahead, but this does not work from behind. I'm playing like from the book here. But there's no book when you're 9 deaths. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good point. I also really like that, what you're describing there in terms of like how you've got to be scrappy when you're behind, you know, or you've got like you're getting out scoured, or you don't win 5v5s. Like that's a really good way to think about it.
That's right.
Because when you're in lower, like when I was lower elo, which is all the stuff I've learned, you know, now I'm probably a bit too rigid, because that's what got me to here in terms of like, you know, respond away, make sure you keep the farm up, like, you know, all this kind of stuff that you're talking about and what you did here. But there's times where it will just lose you the game. You're just going to be clearing waves off your tower, and they're just gonna destroy you. So
correct.
Thank you.
So
I'll keep doing that mid game stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll probably pop back in a month when I've maybe figured it out. Hopefully figured it out a bit more. But yeah.
It's just a puzzle, man. We're gonna take it step by step, all right?
Awesome. Thanks again.
Yeah, really fun stuff. No problem, brother.